This video is sponsored by Value Testers, best tool company on the web, great pricing and customer service. Contract the discount once signed up with an account. Link in description below.
Morning guys, it's December 6, 2019. This one here I'm going to go check on a couple of heat pumps. Down here these people they don't live here year round, so I kind of like to keep an eye on this stuff. They're my customers, and keep an eye and make sure everything's working okay, the heat's okay in the house. Every so often I go by and I check on them. So one lady's got 2 heat pumps, the other lady's got 1. I will go by and check on them. Check the thermostats, make sure everything's okay. Make sure that there's no ice in the top of the heat pumps. Sometimes, we get a little snow and then the ice melts and then the fan won't spin on the heat pumps. Keep an eye on that. Change the filters every so often on these units. How you doing, Mama? Yeah, Miss Molly, you got yourself a new sweater on there today. You're looking very stylish. You're looking very stylish today. Yeah, you are, yeah. Looking very stylish. Alright, so there's one side. That's fine. There's the other side. And that's fine. I've recently checked on these and checked the charge and everything. We know the charge on the heat pumps are good. Alright, good. Nice and hot. What happens with this one is it gets snow on there, and then the snow will melt down inside and get ice. Sometimes the fan will get stuck. Gotta keep an eye on it. This one's blowing. Heat on, so this one's blowing. This one is working off the heat pump. Then if it drops a couple of degrees, then the heat strips will kick in. You got heat, which works off the heat pump. Then you got emergency heat, cooling, emergency heat, and auxiliary heat is all tied into the same circuit. There's two heat and white wires that come off the air handler. They're both tied into the emergency heat and the auxiliary heat, and also the defrost. The defrost board. The D on the defrost board is tied into that. And this is a rod system, so this works off a B for the heat pump instead of O to turn the reversing valve on. So basically it works off the heat pump, and the electric 10 kW is a backup that will be turned on the defrost cycle, or stage 2 heat was auxiliary heat if the heat pump can't kick in, or the emergency heat. It's all tied into the same circuit as W2 2-stage. Change the batteries on this one. This one's still calling. It does have a common wire, but I got the batteries as a backup. Alright, so it's maintaining. I just like to keep an eye. It's a good customer of mine. I like to keep an eye on this stuff because she doesn't not here all the time. Look at that for a flipping house. It's a flipping monster. So for 55, this one and this one's fine. Just gotta make sure the outside unit's okay. Another heat pump system. I have checked them in the fall. Everything was working fine on this one also. So I just like to keep an eye on them once in a while when I'm by here. Do a quick little shot of this this system. What happened was the people weren't living in the house, and the motor, obviously the motor stopped working when it was calling for heat. You see how it all got cooked. This thing's kind of hard to turn right here. You can see all the rubbers got cooked. So what happened was it was called for heat. The people weren't living in the house. The fan stopped working. Either that or the board died. And kept running. Cooked away. Let's see how shit got melted. Heat strips were calling, you know, for auxiliary heat because it wasn't maintaining. It just cooked away. Didn't catch on fire or nothing, but you can see the things melted away there. And they called for a smell in the house. A low temperature alarm went off. They weren't living in the house, and so I had to change the air handler. Put a new kit in there. New heat kit. Left the heat pump there. But you just never know. It might have been a bad board or the motor. So when they call for heat, obviously, you know, even the heat pump was working. Temperature dropped on the thermostat, kicked in the auxiliary heat, emergency heat, which is this secondary coil kit. And if the fan's not blowing it, it's not going to heat the house up, right? And just started cooking, cooked away. You know, they had a low temperature alarm in there, and it goes off at like, you know, 40 degrees or 45 degrees. So they went down there, they went into the house, and they could smell something burning in the house. Obviously it was this, you know, going through the vents. So they shut it down, and at that point, I mean, I wasn't going to try fixing this mess, so I just replaced the whole air handler. No new heat strips. This was a 15 kW. I went back with a 10. That's all I really needed. But yeah, a little scary shit could happen, right? It was all self-contained inside the unit, but 4-year-old unit. A little scary.